Jess Chickasaw first. Doesn't matter what tribe that he's with. When we have an issue and we need Jess, well, he's a phone call away.
Jess is a walking encyclopedia of Indian law.
Once he gets on a project, he stays with it until it's finished.
He always looks at a legal problem from a perspective that no one else on the team has thought about.
Some words to describe Jess would be bulldog, would be relentless, and absolutely a winner.
He's an observer, he's an heir, and he's a history maker himself.
The name Jess Green has become synonymous with Indian law. Among his many accomplishments, he has served as a judge for various Indian nations and the state of Oklahoma, a Supreme Court justice, a Chickasaw Tribal Legislator, and an attorney who has successfully litigated cases that have been upheld by the United States Supreme Court. Born Jesse Don Green in 1952 to J.L. and Mary Jo Green, Jess has carried throughout his life and career what has become a family and cultural legacy, a long-standing history of service in Indian government. From the great-great-grandfather who served as sheriff for Pickens District to his mother who serves in the Chickasaw Legislature, he continues the tradition of strengthening and sustaining the rights of both Chickasaw and Indian people.
Jess has always been, really passionate about the tribe. I mean, he views the tribe to me as an extension of his family. In fact, his family has been very much involved in the tribe. His mother is a well-known legislator. Jess was a former legislator, and he's always been extremely protective of tribal sovereignty. He would guard that with his life if he had to.
Jess graduated from McClish High School in 1970 and graduated with honors from East Central University in Ada. Upon receiving his Juris Doctorate from the University of Oklahoma, he would become a lawyer who would argue cases in the highest courts in the land. The successful outcome of those cases will enrich the lives of Indian families for generations to come. Among his many accomplishments, Jess started the first juvenile court in the state of Oklahoma. Whether the issue is assuring that Chickasaw children are returned to their Native American parents, protecting Indian government sovereignty, or working with Indian nations and their housing authorities, Jess Green has been at the forefront of Indian legal battles.
Jess has an extensive knowledge in Indian housing. Back in the early days of housing, everything was governed by what was called the 1937 Housing Act. In 1998, the law changed, and Jess helped us with that transition, and it's because of that knowledge, I think it helped make that transition a lot smoother.
Jess Green's greatest contribution to the Chickasaw Nation and all Indian tribes may be his efforts and use of his litigation skills in the area of Indian gaming. 2 of the 5 federal cases which allow Native American gaming throughout the United States were argued and won by Jess Green.
They provided the foundation which the tribes could develop their own sources of capital to grow and provide multi-million-dollar source of cash flow to meet educational, health care, law enforcement.
All of the programs that the tribe has now because of gaming, because of Jess's knowledge to get us to where we are now is tremendous.
And the foundation of that case law is even used today to help protect the tribe. And what a great legacy, Jess is gonna have related to those 2 specific cases.
The most important people in the world to Jess Green are his family. Along with his parents, he has a sister, Melissa Wilkerson, and children Destiny and Judd Green.
He has such a passion for law, and specifically Indian law, but he really can outwork anybody I've ever been around.
Well, I think the first thing they're going to say about Jess 100 years from now, a Chickasaw lawyer was able to make new law, not just for the Chickasaw Nation, but for all Indian nations and tribes, and that he did it against the toughest adversary out there, the federal government?
I believe his legacy will be he's a guardianship. This tribe, housing, whatever has to do with Chickasaw, he was there to protect it and watch over it.
And now, the Hall of Fame honors the lifetime achievements of Jess Green.